Excuse me. Can I have a drink, please?
No chance.
Why not?
House rules.
Excuse me. Do the rules prohibit me from drinking?
No, you can drink all you want, but I can't serve you.
You are the bartender, right?
But I'm not the cabaret.
How come you can get a drink and I can't?
I told you. It's the house rules. Colston would fire me if I gave you a drink.
I'm gonna complain about you.
Please yourself.
I demand to see the manager.
Please yourself.
Are you gonna fetch him?
I can't leave the bar.
Is the manager here?
He's around.
What are the band called?
The Hot Club Quartet.
But there's only 3 of them.
Yeah, the saxophonist OD'd last month.
Did the saxophonist OD on drugs?
No. Too much sax. He got overexcited and ruptured his lungs.
Who's the lady?
What lady?
There's only one woman in here.
Watch what you say. That's Bouncing Babs.
Why is she called Bouncing Babs?
Can't you guess?
She's famed for her pogo stick antics?
You're remarkably astute, pal.
Never mind. Hi. Mind if I join you?
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Overman. What do you think of the club?
The bartender won't serve me.
That's because you're a probationary member. Don't blame Barry, he's only doing his job. The liquor laws have been tightened since last year's Baby Sham riots.
Hey, get on with the game, Colston.
All right, no need to get excited. I'm Colston, the manager of the club.
Pleased to meet you. How do I get out of this city?
Can you see I'm busy?
I'll take your turn for you.
And lose the game for me?
You're gonna lose anyhow.
Don't be so sure, Gallagher. I've got something up my sleeve.
I knew you were cheating.
Well, so are you.
The select button isn't lit. Pressing the buttons doesn't achieve anything. They look really happy. Or stoned. Do you know Stairway to Heaven? There's no sign of a lock or a card slot. There's a thumb-sized indentation in the plate. It doesn't react to my thumbprint. Excuse me. I hear you're a whiz on a pogo stick.
Hey, read my lips. Get lost.
Isn't that why you're called Bouncing Babs?
No, it's not. And before you ask, it's nothing to do with what you're thinking.
So how did you get the name?
I'm the bouncer.
Excuse me. Where does the locked door lead to?
Oh, that's the wine cellar.
Excuse me. Where does the locked door lead to?
To the wine cellar. Colston's the only one who can open it. It's programmed to read his fingerprints.
Never mind. There were greasy fingerprints on the glass.
Hey, get your hands off my drink, Buster.
I need to inspect your wine cellar.
Forget it, mister. Nobody gets in there but me.
Are we playing cards or what?
All right. This guy distracted me.
It's an old trick, but it still works. It has a list of names with little buttons beneath. The mechanism has rusted solid. It's an old map, but it means nothing to me. The map is painted on a big sheet of metal. Not the sort of map you'd fold and put in your pocket. The stairway has been bricked up. Why did I waste my time doing that? Being in this city must be cracking me up. They're for cutting and pruning plants. Tell me about your dandelion game.
Ah, it's brilliant. You get chased by these giant yellow weeds.
You mean dandelions are yellow? The gardener told me they were blue.
He's mad. He's not a real gardener.
How'd you know the gardener is a fake?
He's got green fingers.
That's the sign of a naturally talented gardener.
I saw him dipping them in the paint. Anyway, the plants are made of plastic.
You're a real help, Vincent.
No problem, Rob.
Don't wear out your thumbs. Excuse me. You told me dandelions were blue.
Did I? Well, what of it?
This boy assures me they're yellow.
Ugh, smart-assed little brat. All right, you got me sussed. I haven't had any formal training, but I've always dreamed of being a gardener. I love 'em, every little shrub and succulent. Those dainty blossoms waving their little stamens in the breeze.
All right, I get the point.
You won't report me, will you?
Why should I do that? Excuse me. These shears are just what you need.
Eh? They look like rusty old scissors to me. I don't want those old things.
Excuse me. How's Spunky?
He's in disgrace. The greedy little thing ate all his biscuits. and still keeps asking for more. I don't want him getting fat and losing his figure.
Naturally. It's attached to some bricks via a pulley. Ha! The trap is baited.
What was that splashing noise? Where has Spunky gone? Officer Blunt, come and help me, quickly!
Did you see the dog fall in?
It's my job to be observant, to memorize every moment in minute detail.
So how did the dog get in the lake?
That's obvious. Either he was blown by a freak gust of wind, or else it was a suicide bid.
Why don't you jump in and grab him?
I'd ruin my uniform. Why don't you save it?
I grew up in the gap. I can't swim.
Oh, Robbie, can you help?
What's the problem?
Poor Spunky's in the lake.
He looks as if he's enjoying it.
He hates water.
Try offering him doggy snacks.
An excellent idea, Robin. It's a pity Officer Blunt didn't think of that.
It's a pity the mutt can swim it all. He'll stop paddling when he's tired.
But then he'll sink. You men are useless.
It's only a dog, love.
I shall report you, Blunt. And don't call me that.
I haven't time to help. Just for a second, you scared me. But you're only dummies. They're not human. Someone's been making androids. They must have switches to activate them somewhere. Damned if I'm gonna look for them, though. A ventilation shaft. Better keep away from the edge, or I'll get sucked off. It's a kind of bed with wheels. The wheels are locked in place. There could be something useful in there. Wouldn't you know it, it's locked. There aren't any markings on it, or locks. You don't look so healthy. You should get out in the sunshine. His skin is cold, like plastic. This place is spooky. Oh no, not her, not Anita. Her skin is burnt and blistered. She appears to have been exposed to radiation. He doesn't have any eyelashes. Yo, that's horrible. I don't think a severed head would be any use. Excuse me. Do you know a girl called Anita?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Why do you want to know?
She's been murdered. I found her body in the cathedral.
Can't see why you're telling me.
Excuse me. What would you do if you found a body?
Go through its pockets.
No, seriously. A girl I know has been murdered.
It's a sign of the times. There's nothing as cheap as human life. With the exception of this club. How do you know it was murder?
I only met her a few hours ago, and she was fine then.
My advice is to keep quiet. You can't help her now, so look after yourself. Or you might wake up dead one morning.
Never mind. Hey, Lamb. What do you know about Anita's death?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The girl you sent to the reactor. She's been killed, Lamb.
Look, I don't know aught about murder. You might think I was hard on the lass, but I had nothing to do with her death.
Hey, Lamb. When did you last see Anita?
When I sent her to the testing room.
Why wasn't she given a rad suit?
I don't know, it's not my fault.
You deserve to lose your status. Now it's your turn to be a D-Link. Plastic overalls. Not very fashionable. entrance to the reactor. The power in those things gives me the willies. If it wasn't for the heat shield, I'd be frazzled. It's an ID card, minus the security logo.
Don't wear that suit out here. It's probably contaminated.
It might be old, but my coat is cool.
That's you, Rob. Listen carefully. You're the only one who can help. I was supposed to make contact with an agent from Hobart. Trouble is, the rendezvous was in a park on ground level. And now I'm a D-Link, I can't get there. The agent's name is Eduardo. I don't know how he'll get to Link. But beneath the city there are tunnels. The remains of the old subway. That could be a way in.
Excuse me. What's your name?
It's Eduardo. Why?
You're Anita's contact, right?
How come you know so much?
She left a message on her card.
Listen, do you know what's happened to LINC?
I'm totally confused.
LINC is a living, self-replicating organism. Originally, it served as an advisor to the council, but it has gradually taken control.
How? And why?
We're really not sure. Hobart scientists have developed a virus. It will check LINC's growth, if we can get it into the system.
Will you give me the virus?
I can't. It's been downloaded to LINC space. Anita was supposed to retrieve it, since she had a Shrievman port.
So have I. I owe it to Anita to get that virus.
No chance. It's bound to be guarded.
I can try at least. Know where I'd find the old subway?
Nah, I've never heard of it.
I thought all boys were into railways.
Get real? What planet are you on?
Sometimes I wonder. Don't wear out your thumbs. Excuse me. Do you know anything about a subway?
I've dreamed about them.
Really?
First of all, I'm swimming around like... Then I get sucked up this long tunnel. It's all wet and warm, you know?
I was talking about a real subway. Never mind.
Silence in court! Security Services, Department of Justice, Inc. Judge Chatsney presiding. Court is now in session.
Silence! I recognize that villain. An habitual criminal if ever I saw one.
That's Mr. Greaves, my lord. The counsel for the prosecution.
Silence when you speak to me. Now, who is the first contestant?
Defendant, my lord. The case of Union Security Services versus Howard Hobbins.
Howard Hobbins. Come on up. Nice to see you, Howard. You're not nervous, are you?
Not really.
The defendant is accused of gross contempt and assault of a security officer.
Intolerable. What have you got to say for yourself, eh?
I've been framed, Your Honour. May I elucidate, my lord?
Go on then, but hurry up about it.
Officer Blunt was investigating a complaint made against Hobbins. After questioning the defendant, he was the victim of an assault.
Bah! Monstrous! Off with his head!
Just a flipping minute.
Who's defending me?
Defence? Is he entitled to any?
I'm afraid so, my lord.
Upon my soul, whatever next? Who'd be silly enough to defend this wretch? Very well, let's get on with round one. Fingers on the buzzers, everyone.
I wish to call Officer Blunt.
Call Officer Blunt.
Please tell the court what happened.
Oh, I was assaulted.
And is the culprit present in the court?
That's him in the overalls.
I rest my case, my lord.
Good. Where's my black cap?
We haven't heard the defence, my lord.
Is it really necessary? Oh, go on. Just don't take all day.
Now then, Officer Blunt. Tell the court how you got wet.
While patrolling on Bellevue, I was saturated by a sudden shower.
Did you ascertain its source?
Oh, yeah. I heard laughter from the walkway above.
That would be the factory walkway.
That's right.
Who lodged the complaint against Hobbins?
Objection, my lord. Defense is contriving to lead the witness.
It was a simple question. I wish to establish the seriousness of the complaint made against my client.
I shall permit the witness to answer. However, I'm awarding Mr. Greaves 5 points for a well-timed interruption.
So who did lodge the complaint?
It was Daniel Piermont.
What was Mrs. Piermont's grievance?
Cruelty to her pet dog. I interviewed Hobbins on 4 occasions, but he still hasn't confessed.
Did you examine the dog?
I tried to.
And?
The bugger bit me.
No further questions, Your Honor. I wish to call Mrs. Piermont.
Call Mrs. Piermont.
Hello, darling. Hello, Robbie. Hello, everyone.
Silence in court.
What was your complaint against Hobbins?
He was abused, my little poochie poos.
Disgraceful. I haven't had a dog abuse case since the infamous Spaniel Mangle scandals.
Did you witness the alleged attack?
Not exactly.
Then how did you know about it? Did the dog tell you?
Officer Blunt reported the incident to me.
How would you describe your pet dog?
Objection, Your Honor. This is a trial, not a dog show.
Objection overruled, Mr. Greaves. I want to get to the bottom of this doggy business.
He's an absolute darling. Everyone adores him.
But Officer Blunt said it bit him.
That would be the uniform. He was mauled by a troop of scouts when he was a puppy.
Had you met Hobbins before this incident?
I don't recall ever seeing him, but one takes little notice of mere maintenance men.
No further questions, Your Honor. I'd like to question the defendant. Did you assault Officer Blunt?
Objection, my lord.
Why, man, what's wrong?
Repetition, my lord?
Objection overruled.
Are you guilty of assault, Howard?
Not me. I was fixing one of the cooling pipes, and it burst.
So blunt soaking was an accident?
Not exactly.
Why did the pipe burst?
Some joker had cut a power cable and overloaded the steam release in the power station. That's what damaged the cooling pipe.
Oh, I see. Did you laugh at Blunt's predicament?
Laugh? I'd nearly wet me pants.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Greaves, you may start the bonus round.
The facts speak for themselves, my lord. Hobbins is a cruel and callous man, with no respect for law and order. I recommend the maximum possible sentence.
Any comments from the defense?
I don't believe this is happening. This is total madness. You've all been warped in some way. And I think LINC is the cause.
Silence! I've heard quite enough of this nonsense. So it's time for me to make my judgment. Howard Hobbins, you've won tonight's star prize. Life imprisonment. However, in view of your service to the city, I'm going to reduce your sentence. 2 hours community service. Court dismissed.
Is there a subway around here?
What?
I'm looking for the subway.
What are you, a train spotter? Hear that, Gallagher? This guy's a train spotter.
There's no law against that.
Only because there aren't any trains.
Look, guys, I'm not a train spotter.
Who asked you?
Is there a John in this place?
Why do you want to know that?
Well, I might need to use it. Surely the club's got to have one by law.
Have you seen the John Gallagher?
I don't need one. I don't drink like you do.
No, I've noticed that.
Excuse me. Is there a subway around here?
Oh, there used to be. The club was named after the station.
Where is the subway station?
You're standing in it. See the area in front of the stage? The track ran right through there.
Hey, music lover. If you're looking for the best in sounds, I got 'em. The music of the spheres right here on Earth. So come on, get your fingers on my buttons. Let's make beautiful music together.
How offensive. Why they put voices in these machines is beyond me.
I'm all warmed up for you, baby.
Shut up and let me check the selections. Oh, Lord, it's mostly country and western.
Nobody's perfect.
Ah, there are 3 tunes by the resident band.
So, what's your choice, big boy?
You search but find nothing. Excuse me. Can you match my fingerprints to those on this glass?
Oh, yes. My machine will do that automatically.
It's not against the law, is it?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Don't security use them to check people's identities?
If they do, it's the first time I've heard of it. The usual procedure for identification of suspects is a retina scan at the post-mortem. Now, about these prints you requested. Open the panel on my machine and insert the glass. Then place your hands in the otodermatome.
Will this hurt, Doc?
Oh yes, quite considerably.
If it's for ventilation, it must lead somewhere. I can't reach it from here. It's a solid wooden storage rack for wine bottles. I'd never shift that in 1,000 years. It's made of thin chipboard. The box isn't strong enough to support me. It's a big box made of wood. That's too big and heavy to carry. It's a solid piece of wood. Too dark to see what's beyond the grill. The grill is too firmly attached to pull from the wall. Can't see anything, but I can feel a breeze. The subway. It's like a warren built by giant rabbits. If this tunnel leads nowhere, I can always escape that way. It's out of reach. The roof of the tunnel must have collapsed. I'm never going to be able to shift all that. That appears to be a light socket. I'd better not put my fingers in that socket. Whatever lives in there is scared of the light. No way am I going in there. The picture is covered with mold and dirt. I'm not climbing up there just to get souvenirs. It's the station's name. Museum. I'm not climbing up there just to get souvenirs. Uh-oh, the tunnel roof doesn't look too stable. There's no obvious way of opening it. I can't slide it, push it, or pull it. That thing's alive! I wonder what it is. It's warm and throbbing with a tough skin. The skin's too thick to puncture. The skin is too hard to cut. That didn't achieve anything. That patch of plaster looks damp and crumbly. I can't quite reach it. It's the wrong tool for the job. I've exposed the bricks beneath the plaster. It's just a lump of plaster. The mortar holding those bricks has crumbled away. A good, solid old brick. There's a hole where the brick was. None of the other bricks are loose. The outer skin is stretched and weakened. The skin's too tough to tear with my fingers. It's penetrated the outer skin. It's stuck in the vein, but hasn't pierced it completely. Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein! It's a medical robot. There's no way of turning it off. What a bummer. My nice crowbar is covered in goo. It's penetrated the outer skin. Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein.